So the stock we're discussing today, a high growth name that I'm up 36% on, was a stock that I first purchased in August 10th to be specific, and then I did another round of buying on September 4th. This means, of course, I've held it for about a month and a half or so, closer to 2 months, and so far it's yielded me some incredible results. As we can see at the beginning, when I bought this stock, the S&P was doing incredibly well, which is the blue line. But in recent weeks, this stock has woken up and my thesis is starting to come to fruition here as it has well outperformed the index now. And this is just the beginning in my opinion. This year, revenue growth is expected to come in around 60% and next year is expected at over 55%. And yes, that is year over year growth. So this is a very high growth stock to say the least. That's not all. Here's the earnings estimates for the company. And yes, it is a profitable business now and its earnings are exploding. Q3 is expected to come in down due to macro events. However, Q4 and beyond looks to have astronomical growth. Nearly 300% in Q4, 52% in Q1 2021, and well, look at Q2 2021, going from losing money last year, same time period, to possibly their most profitable quarter ever. Okay, so by now you're probably wondering, what is this business, Nick? Tell me about this business. I want to know about this company. I want to know how you found this company, how you invest in this company, and all that kind of stuff. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to discuss that. I'm going to explain to you why I believe in this business, how it's already put me up over 36% of my position, and why I still think there's so much more potential for this company. All I ask in return, guys, just smash that like button down below to help out with the YouTube AI. It helps push out these videos and it helps the channel grow. Also, if you're interested in more stocks that I own, when I buy or sell my stocks, check out the link description down below to our VIP membership group. We're growing rapidly in there and we'd love to have you as part of the group. Beyond Meat, that is the stock we're talking about today. And now I'm going to explain why I chose to invest in this business and why I'm looking forward to the future of this company. When looking at high growth stocks, it's very easy to get carried away by hype and ignore fundamentals and just follow the gravy train. You see stock go high, you think it's going to go higher, so you buy in and hope that some other investor out there is willing to pay more than what you paid. Sooner or later, that party ends, stocks come back to their fair value or close to their fair value, reality sets in, and a lot of investors end up unfortunately losing money. When this company went public last year, it was fueled by FOMO and hype, and this pushed the stock from $60 per share at IPO to well over $200 per share in a matter of weeks. At that time, many believed this was sustainable and justified, even though it was moving up on hype in my eyes. But what I did was, just watched it, enjoyed it, got my popcorn, sat on the sidelines, because I rarely buy into hype and IPOs to begin with. I like to take my time, digest the financials, understand the business well, be comfortable with that investment, and then I'll put in my hard-earned money. And hey, sometimes I miss the boat on those investments, but there's so many stocks out there. I really don't care if I miss out on this stock or that stock when there's thousands of companies to invest in that can provide massive gains over the long term. Anyways, at the time after IPO, Beyond was well past valuations I believed was sustainable or justified for the company. I believed it was just too expensive at the time based on what they were doing at that time. So I just added it to my watch list and just moved on. Well, that was until this past summer, and I noticed that Beyond was trading at near the $100 mark once again, so I started doing research once again to the company, and what I found was that they improved quite significantly over the last year or so. They made some great advancements with their brand, with their partnerships, with global expansion, and it got me very excited for their future. They've already kind of done the first step, which is proof that their product is something that consumers want. I also saw a few other things that excited me. The first, of course, was that this company is profitable now. That's always a good thing. Second was that this is a founder-led company that has kind of a mission beyond just making money. They're out to actually change the world and do good for the world. And based on the different things that I'm seeing around the world with habits changing, people going to more healthier options, I think Beyond is kind of the forefront of that and can benefit massively from this, like we're already seeing happen. What also helped me get behind Beyond specifically was their brand name. They had inked partnerships with brands around the world, from restaurants and retailers, and they're the first name that comes to mind when consumers think of a meatless option. Now, with health arguments aside, because I know many are skeptical about the health benefits of Beyond Meat, and to that I'll say it is a valid concern. But personally, guys, I've been eating their burger patties from Costco now, and I actually find them better than the meat alternatives. There's less mess because there's not much oil in it. It doesn't leave me feeling kind of, I ate too much, feel kind of bloated. I think the experience overall is great, and the taste, if you make it like a regular burger, tastes just as good in my opinion. Now, I'll be first to say I was very skeptical of this company before because I love meat. I tried it at A&W. I did not enjoy that experience, and that kind of turned me off of this whole company. This was like last year sometime. But you know what, I thought I'd give it another try, and guys, I think this may be my new go-to frozen burgers that I make at home. Oh, and pro tip, make them in an air fryer, 8 minutes on one side, flip it, and then a couple of minutes on the other side. Perfection every time. On top of this, like I said, Beyond is also a global company. This means that they have potential to go into markets like India, which is huge. In India, they don't have beef readily available. Even McDonald's doesn't sell their Big Macs or any beef burgers because primarily people in India do not eat beef. So Beyond is a perfect option there for them. So I think the potential is there. I think the growth prospects are there, and I'm excited for that. So what's the biggest issue right now with Beyond? I think it's their price. I think that their patties are still too expensive right now, and that cost needs to come down. And their CEO, founder, recognizes this, and he is committed to bringing down the cost of the Beyond Meat products at or below meat alternatives. So when you go to a store and you look at a Angus full beef burger, eventually over the next few years, it will be around the same price as that, if not cheaper than that. That's the point I think mass adoption is going to happen. Right now, it's kind of just a few select people who are willing to pay a premium for a product like this. But eventually, once it's affordable to the masses, that's when things are going to get very exciting. Does this remind you of some other company? Yes, Tesla comes to mind with their Model 3s and soon to come Model 2s. Guys, you know I'm going to take any opportunity to throw Tesla into a video, so come on. Now, if you're a subscriber of this channel, and if you're not, come on guys, hit that subscribe button down below. But if you are, you'll notice that back in August, just 4 days after I made my initial purchase and Beyond, I published a video here for free on YouTube going over my bullish thesis on Beyond and why I believe this has potential to be a $1,000 stock, which would be around a $50 billion company. Now, this video is linked in the description, so make sure to check that out after this video if you want to learn much more in depth about the company, and everything in there is still very relevant. At the time of the video, the company was around $8 billion market cap and had a price to sales of around a 7.7, which is generally expensive for me. However, they had 50% growth projections year over year, and this was an exceptional case for me and justified a more premium valuation, a more premium price to sales, and a more premium price tag on this company. Well, today we've gone up to around a $10.625 billion market cap, so it's quite a nice rise in the last 2 months. So let's see how the valuation now sits. Assuming revenue this year is still around $453 million, the current price of sales is now around 23.5, which is clearly an even higher premium, and for me at this point is getting a little rich for my blood. However, guys, looking at 2021 expected revenue of $749 million, if you believe they can achieve that, that price to sales drops down to 14.2. A 14.2 price to sales is very reasonable in my eyes for a business like this that is growing their revenues at over a 50% year over year clip. Not many companies can say they're growing 50% year over year. Not many companies can say they're expanding globally, rapidly, adding new partners, adding new restaurants, adding just everything's going well for them. Not many companies can say that. So to pay a premium of around a 14 price of sales, I think that's very reasonable. Now, am I telling you to go out there and buy Beyond Meat stock? No, I never tell you guys in any of my videos to go and buy stocks. This is not financial advice. This is not, suggestions to go and buy companies. All I do here is just provide you information to kind of get your mind thinking so you can go out there and do more research on those companies and decide for yourself if it's a good investment or not. Like I said, I believe even at today's lofty prices, that Beyond Meat is still very undervalued if you're looking at this company for the next 5 years or so. This is a long-term hold. This is a long-term winning stock in my eyes, and I think today's market cap of 10 billion is still very cheap. Beyond has a phenomenal balance sheet, phenomenal management team and founder, phenomenal fundamentals, and everything about the business really is going in the right direction for me to feel comfortable to put a good amount of money into this stock. You guys know that I'm extremely selective with my investments, and most growth companies I look into and I find something that I'm not happy with, so I don't invest in them, at least at that point. And I did that initially with Beyond, like I said, but sometimes things just click, sometimes things just make sense. Beyond seems to be one of those investments for me, and I just see this company getting so much bigger in the future with the way the world is shifting. Also, I like that this product is kind of in the food sector, so whether we're in an up economic cycle or down economic cycle, people still need to eat, people are still going to buy food, and Beyond is one of those products that people continue to buy. And now let me kind of close off with a couple of good pieces of news over the last month that I've seen in the stock, and I think there's going to be a lot more good news in the coming months as well. A couple weeks ago, they announced that they're doubling their retail distribution of the Beyond breakfast sausage patties, which has a retail presence currently in 26,000 stores in the US. Then just a couple days ago, we got more good news. They're expanding on their deal with Walmart, going from 800 stores to 2,400 stores. That's a triple up in the availability of their product at Walmart, which is the world's biggest retailer. And then the good news continued into the first day of October as they announced expansion into the UK of 372 Sainsbury's stores and 41 gourmet burger kitchen restaurants, citing demand for plant-based meat increased significantly. So what I just keep seeing from this business is expansion, growth, new partnerships, and the cycle just continues. And because Beyond is such a global company, they can just keep expanding with these new partnerships in different parts of the world where consumers slowly give this meatless option a try and then say, hey, this is not a bad product. I'll try it again next time I go out to a restaurant, or maybe I'll buy it more often to kind of have it as part of my meals, once a week or something like that. And I think that's slowly going to shift into more and more consumers adopting this and using this as kind of their baseline product for most of their meals. Anyways, guys, do you agree or disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section down below. I know there's a few competitors that are out there for Beyond, but I still believe Beyond is kind of ahead of the pack. They have that brand behind them, which I think is the most important thing going for them right now. Now, of course, I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're invested in Beyond, if you're thinking of investing in Beyond. I'd love to hear all of that down below, guys. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to invest positively, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.